What's the whiskey in your water, the sugar in your tea? What's all these crazy questions you're asking me? This the craziest party there could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't wanna see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun. No, Open up your window, let some air into this room. Think of all this choking full of smell of stale perfume. And that cigarette you're smoking, why it's scaring me half to death. Open up the window, someone, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, son. The radio is blasting, someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend, she passed out on the floor. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Don't know what it is, but I don't want to see it no more. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, no. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, yeah, yeah. My mama told me, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, no, no, no. That ain't the way to have fun, no. That ain't the way to have fun, son. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, told me. She told me, yeah, 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 yeah. That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, son. Oh yeah, mama told me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
For traditional American values, flip through the pages of the Big Fall Shopper Circular from True Value Hardware stores. You'll find the sturdy True Temper 24-inch leaf rake for just $4.88, and this weatherproof 32-gallon True Value trash can for only $7.77. Get the True Value fan forced quartz heater for just $46.88, and choose the 2-pack of GE household glue or bathroom caulk for only $1.99 each in the Fall Shopper Circular from participating True Value Hardware stores.
Gigantic discounts, better service, millions of dollars of inventory have made Tom Raper, Richmond, Indiana, #1. Hundreds of new and used motorhomes, vans, travel trailers, park models, fifth wheels, tent campers, truck caps, $99. Mobile homes, $89.95. Sectional, $16,995. Huge parts store. Save today the Tom Raper way. I-70 to exit 149A, south 1 mile to Tom Raper, Richmond, Indiana.
Open till 9, closed Sunday.
This is where love begins, and it's happening. this midnight magic, rinsing breathlessly, reaching desperately to find each other in harmony. You and me, oh yeah, this is where love begins. And it's happening tonight. This is where love begins. I said it's coming from you and I. This is where love begins. But it starts with the This is where love begins, and it's happening tonight. This is where love begins. I said it's coming from you and I. This is where love begins, but it starts with the love. This is where love begins, and only love. This is where love begins. This is where love begins, but it starts with the This is where. This is where, right here, baby. This is where, this is where, the love starts right here, baby. This is where, this is where. This is where, right here, baby. This is where, this is where.
How to save the day for you. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. So carry out a lunch today, 'cause nobody can make your day
Good lunch.
like McDonald's can. Nobody serves you dinner quite the way we do.
Big Mac.
French fries.
Great hamburger.
We do it all for you. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. Golden arches shining bright. Nobody can say
Good night.
like McDonald's can.
KOIN-TV, Portland.
I was born in this American Tourister suitcase, and boy, what we've been through. Like the time we bounced into Turtle Bend. Whew! And the time they wouldn't renew my contract in Peoria. Get out of here! Huh? But I came out of it all without a scratch. Knock on wood. This is the only way to travel. American Tourister.
Dukes of Hazzard will continue. Saturday, a stricken cop with 20 years on the force, a loving family, and 10 days left to retirement, dies. His family's pension is lost unless 4 friends can keep his death secret for those 10 final days. One tough cop stands in the way of The Last of the Good Guys, the CBS Saturday night movie at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Father's Day is June 17th, and Fred Meyer has just the right gift. Save over $30 on this 21-inch Buddy L gas grill, now $79.96. This handyman's toolbox with tote tray, $466. Put this quarter-inch Black & Decker drill in it for just $677. Or wrap up Aladdin Stanley thermos for just $14.44. Gifts for Dad from Fred Meyer. They're always more than just savings.
She's like the wind to my dreams. She's like the night next to me. She lead me to moonlight, only to burn me with the sun. She's taken my heart, she doesn't know what she's done. I feel the breath in my face, somebody close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my lips. Just a fool to believe I have everything she needs. She's like the wind. I look in the mirror and all I see is a younger man with only a dream. Am I just fooling myself that she'll stop the pain? Living without her, I'd go insane. In my face, somebody close to me. I can't look in her eyes, she's out of my lips. Just a fool to believe I have everything she needs. She's like the wind. In my face, somebody close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my league. Just a fool to believe she's like the wind. Just a fool to believe she's just a fool to believe she's like the wind. Just a fool to believe she's like the wind. Just a fool. She's like the wind. She's like the wind, just a fool. 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 She's like the wind, just a
The faces fall off his face knees. Down at the mall they travel in threes. See, here comes another breeze. Impressing all the dudes with the latest fad.
100 for these sneakers?
Walkman tuned to air supply. What is the reason? Tell me why? She's an airhead. She's an Aryan airhead. She's a squeaky Guys call her up from everywhere, and they say, is Marthy there? The parents remain laissez-faire. Lip gloss Carmex, son of a gun.
Beanie sauce straight, it's awful yum.
Stop at Mickey D's for something to eat. Maybe win a date with the babe from Teen Beach. She's an airhead. She's an Aryan airhead. She's a hair-brushing, face-printing, powder-puffing Aryan airhead. She's an airhead. She's an Aryan airhead. Naive, flirting lollipop, a plastic giggle Aryan airhead. If Adolf could have seen how a sick, demented dream would make you want to scream, she's an airhead!
Lately, my husband has started smelling a lot better to me. Not that he smelled bad, understand. It's just there's a difference now. All because of this exciting new aftershave and cologne for men. And it's called Garbage. What, George?
Garbage.
Well, maybe it is called that, but I just can't say it. Anyway, this Garbage has made a big difference in our life. Whenever he's got it on, I just find him terribly exciting, no matter what time of day. This aftershave and cologne was designed just for men, but it wouldn't hurt if you dab a little on yourself, ladies. In fact, if you look like me, it'll probably help. You can buy this Garbage.
Garbage.
Shut up, George. You can buy this Garbage at the Maurice L. Rothschild Mustang shop. Just go in and tell the man you want to buy some...
Garbage.
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 Garbage. Kiss me, George.
That's G-A-R-B-A-G-E, doll.
I know, but it sure doesn't smell like it.
Mary, get hold of yourself.
Oh, Fred, I don't know what's the matter with me. First I bake a cake with detergent instead of flour,
Yes.
and now I drop my lunch.
You know, Mary, you didn't used to be this tense and nervous.
I know, Fred, but what can I do? Take an aspirin?
No, Mary, what you need is a kazoo.
You were right throughout
You probably remember that song from when we recorded it way back in '49. My name is Buck Payola, and these are the Buck Payola Kazoo Breakers. You can hear this song and other memorable tunes on our new great hit record. All-time Kalamazoo Kazoo hits. This double album contains many memories like that sentimental love ballad, The Girl with the Three Blue Eyes. Who can forget? Wait, who can remember that wonderful tune, Garbage Truck Driving Man? Or that delicate love ballad, Let Me Stick My Roto-Rooter Into Your Sewer Honey Rag. Of course, maybe you don't remember that one. It never did get on the air. But you'll love it just the same. And you'll love every one of these 150 hits on this great double album. This is a one-of-a-kind offer that's available on LP and 5-track tape. Of course, we realize many of you folks don't have 5-track tape players, but then this is a one-of-a-kind offer, like I said. You may have seen this advertised in stores at only $6.95. Well, friends, through the miracle of television and modern merchandising, we can now offer this fabulous album at only $9.95. It's a great deal, and here's how to order yours.
Send money, no stamps, please, to Paola, Box 1515 7835 2967, La Paz, North Dakota. That's Paola, Box 1515 7835 2967, La Paz, North Dakota.
And if you order now, you can get this special double bonus album, Great Dwarf Hits of the 1920s and 70s.
What?
You'll hear great tunes like Dwarf Tide, Don't Dwarf Under the Apple Tree, and You Always Dwarf the One You Love. Done by such great artists as Tommy Dorfy Orchestra, Benny Dorfman, and Dorf Miller. Also includes great contemporary hits like Can't You Hear Me Dwarfing and You Can't Always Dwarf What You Want. By the great contemporary classical kazoo breaker greats, the Dorfing Stones. So order yours now.
My ideal guy? Oh, 6 feet tall, dark hair, and blue eyes, and blue jeans. Of course, romantic. When you meet this guy, ask if he has a friend for me. I gotta go. Bye. Hi, come on in.
Name the 2 best places in town to meet fun and exciting people. Friendship, romance, and fun. The dating game. Listen to personal ads, send and receive messages instantly over your touch-tone phone. Call 1-976-9595. In the mood for a party? Want to meet new friends or perhaps that special someone? Call the party line, 1-976-8585. The dating game, the party line. $3 per call, toll a penny.
Yes, Jennifer, you've been chosen to play the dating game, the newest and most exciting way to make a date. Just by using your touch-tone phone, call 1-976-9595 and listen to personal ads by men, women, and teens, or place your own personal ad so that others can leave messages just for you in the voicemail box. It's easy. Call 1-976-9595, 24 hours a day, $3 per call, toll charge if any.
Okay. As always, there's a 30 to 45 second delay between me and what you see. Me live and you, I guess, Memorex, since we're kind of perpetually outdated here. So this could be very, very interesting tonight. As you've seen in the title, this is going to be a live installment of Ben's Junk. And I think you can add just about any joke you want to live Ben's Junk. So anyway, it's a little on the clunky side, even by my standards. But the name of the game here, and the way my computer and my internet is acting tonight, this could be a bit of a problem. But I picked up this bad boy. I can't zoom, unfortunately. The Blackmagic UltraStudio Recorder 3G. And the idea behind this is, you know, I've been trying to do the periodic live stream. It seems like everybody else does it, and it gives me kind of a chance to get some instant feedback and just kind of shake things up a bit. But it's been really sticking up my craw having to, when I want to run a video that isn't already transferred and made into a file like you saw in the pre-show, I hate having to just take the camera and point it at a TV screen. So the name of the game with this is to do a direct feed of analog video. The trick is that I fear there's going to be some horrible lag with this, but there's only one way to find out. Now, I've done in-house tests, but I've never done it while running a live stream. If it's just me running, I use OBS Studio for streaming software. If I'm just running that on my computer and I'm not actually streaming anything, all my tests have gone quite well so far, but this is where it really matters. So the basic setup here is, this is just a very basic and a pretty pricey box. Runs on Thunderbolt, and you have to use a proper Thunderbolt cable and run it right into the computer. You cannot run it through, say, a hub. And this might look familiar if you saw my computer rig video from last year when I had to completely replace my computer rig because the old one slightly caught fire, if you remember that one. There's pictures of the burnt part floating around on the video I did on it and that I put on Facebook at the time. But anyway, yes, this is the same hub that I had picked up at the time but never really used. So anyway, the basic setup here is to do analog video. On this thing, you know, you've only got two inputs, SDI or HDMI. Of course, HDMI is the common one. So what do I do for HDMI? I figured I'd use my cloner box. And when I live stream, I think this is fairly well known, I intentionally have it a bit lo-fi just so my computer can hopefully keep up. I have my streams peaking at 160 kilobits per second, which I think is a bit low compared to a lot of others. But if you were watching the pre-show, you can tell that that might not even be low enough. But at the same time, I can't do this on my desktop which lives in my bedroom. There's just no room in there. This is the normal full-blown archive HQ and a guest shot of my legs and my computer and stuff here. So anyway, what we're doing is we're going to run analog video through the cloner and then the cloner onto the Blackmagic and of course Blackmagic onto the computer. So once I get the tests started here, I'm going to start with what I think will be the most problematic format. And I'm only doing the major formats. I'm not doing anything esoteric. I'm not doing the Quasar Great Time Machine. I am not doing U-matic tonight. I'm not doing EIAJ tonight. I'm going to do Betamax, VHS, and Laserdisc. Those are the biggies, and I think those are the main three that I would ever do in a live stream. But Beta is the most, as far as my transfers go, the most prone to dropouts. Time-based correction never really became a thing in at least consumer beta decks. I'm not sure any of them did, actually. And I am not running a TBC, time-based corrector, in line with it. The cloner is functioning as my time-based corrector. But we'll see how well it fares. We'll see if things start to fall out of sync or everything just seizes up. And yeah, so this might be reasonably lengthy because I am, if you saw the thrifting video I did not too long ago, I was in a store that had a JVC video switcher, like 4 or 5 inputs. I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying that now, although it was way overpriced for what it was. But anyway, I have to manually swap out video, so I will have to get up and unplug from the beta and into whatever other format. So just so you know what to expect, there will be some lengthy turnarounds. Unfortunately, I have no way of tightening this up and having it still be, you know, live and honest and all that. So anyway, I'm gonna start with, as I mentioned, beta, but I want to start with one from a batch of tapes that I've been going through, which, as it turns out, are almost entirely home videos shot on somebody's beta movie. And one of them is a Christmas tape, and it's in the running for this year's Christmas episode. So these tapes, I don't know what happened, but whatever he was recording on does beta hi-fi audio, but it doesn't come through quite right, and all of my decks will not process it properly. So I have to run it with the monitor for that switched off. But even then, it gets a little weird, a little stuck at times. So I think that'll be a good place to start. So I'm going to take a moment here, and I'm going to grab that tape. And since I've got the whole lot here, there they are. And these came from a jazz musician, or at least the parents of one, who I think the last of the parents passed away. I do know who the musician is, not personally, but he has a bit of a pedigree. But I may wind up trying to get in touch with that musician to see how he feels about it, or if he wants these tapes back, if I can even get in touch with the guy. So anyway, this one was giving me a lot of trouble just trying to watch it, just to figure out what it was. Christmas tape 1986, from Doug with love for Mom and Dad. So this starts out with him doing a little intro through a novelty oscilloscope. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to turn the mic off, turn the camera off, and we're going to pick up the feed from the Blackmagic. We'll see how it goes.
Hello. What you are about to see is a Christmas tape. A tape made especially for you during this time of the year. At the beginning of the tape is myself and Gary Soule at South Coast Plaza, playing Christmas music at the mall. Keith's been doing that every day from Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve. Whenever I've had a free day, I've gone down there. And a couple of times I took my video camera. After that, you'll hear Jim Fox and myself playing. We started to film, and the manager of the store didn't like the idea of the video camera. So I put the camera, when Jimmy and I played the second half of this tape, behind the amplifiers with the cap on. And halfway through that, We walk around the store and getting us in trouble, so you should have fun with that. Then at the very end of the tape, there's a special surprise. Hope you enjoy this. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the show. What you're seeing is the gift David got me for Christmas. It takes your voice and puts lights to it when you run it through your speakers. Hopefully, that will be fun too. So until then, Merry Christmas.
Okay, and we're back. So that tape, it's an L750 recorded in X2 speed, which comes out to 3 hours, and it's full. And some interesting things do happen, but it's a very long way to the end of the tape when those start happening. But if you're into, you saw that it was shot in a mall. It's you get a little bit of a tour around the mall, and you get to meet some of the employees and stuff, and some of the cohorts in getting the video made. And at one point, somebody, it's kind of hard to pick out, but somebody calls out the guys for recording that performance. And so they keep recording, but they just put the lens cap on and they turn the camera away. So it's a reasonably interesting tape, and it's pretty high on the list for the Christmas episode. Actually, it's pretty much a shoo-in because I've had a really rotten year for Christmas stuff this year. I hit up we had the Christmas flea market here in Sioux Falls back on this past Saturday, and I did find a Christmas album, but it was yet another one of those Tijuana Brass Christmas albums. I don't know if I want to do what would be my fourth or fifth one of those. So everything's kind of up in the air right now. I guess worst case scenario, I just won't do a normal Christmas episode. Not that there is such a thing with me, but do something like high concept. But those are really hard to make. I usually only do those for like Halloween or something. So anyway, yeah, that was our big beta test, and I was trying to switch over to YouTube and watch it as opposed to me monitoring from OBS. And the sync seemed okay. So I'm going to call that a success. It seemed to handle the dead spots on the tape okay. Again, I could only kind of check in momentarily. Feel free to chime in the comments. I am trying to peek in on the comments here and there, but it won't be till after the Ben's Junk. I'll open up the floor and we'll do one of my little Ask the Archives once we're done. And I see somebody saying that they see my socks, so yes. And at least I'm not bleeding through my sock. I had too much information. I did something to my foot the other day and I looked down and my sock was all red. But I'm okay now. I'm feeling much better now, to paraphrase John Aston. All right. Well, since we're doing the beta thing, there was another tape that I just didn't have time to get to for Halloween. But it involves... now, that mall footage was shot in Los Angeles. I don't know exactly which mall. They never do say it, or if they did, I missed it. But they do go around to Forest Lawn Cemetery and some of this other stuff at the time, seemingly for, like, I don't know if they were trying to angle for a public access show or what, but I might be asking for trouble playing this tape. This one was kind of squealing at me when I tried to play it before. So I'm going to pop in, we'll watch a bit of Dead Guy Day, 1986. We'll see how well that gets handled. So I'm going to be going black for probably about 20 seconds here, but it will come on.
Don't be afraid. It was just me. What you're about to see is a filmed odyssey called Dead Guy Day. Taking Kenneth Anger's tour, unusual tour, through Hollywood. And we'll answer a few questions. For instance, Errol Flynn still haunt his dilapidated estate? Are the ruined battlements of Harry Houdini still possessed by his spirit? Was Marilyn Monroe a murder or a suicide? All these will be answered on the tape, Dead Guy Day, 1986. Stay tuned. It should be interesting.
How are you, Bev? You're just in time. Hey, you, get in here, kid.
Kidding me?
Babe, what better way to start off Dead Guy Day than with a real dead guy's house? Not only is this one dead guy's house, it's two dead guys' house. Errol Flynn, you remember him, and Rick Nelson. Rick, babe, should have painted that garage door. Times are tough.
Looks to me like it's just fallen into ruin.
Yeah.
I bet you Rick hasn't lived there for a while.
Could be.
Nobody even lives here, because look, see the chain on the thing?
Probably own that one over there, and they've always kept this one.
But this is the place, man.
This one your Flynn had?
Uh-huh.
The two-way mirrors?
Yes.
The whole...
Yeah, I don't think anybody lives here. Maybe we should hop the fence.
Forget it. There's some garbage there. There's a caretaker, undoubtedly.
Probably.
That's kind of neat, huh?
God, what it was. This is the last number, and there's 2,400 on that side.
What happened to it? Did it just burn down and just fall apart? Change?
Wait a minute. Somebody could be living here, huh?
Well, it's gotta be
Harry Houdini's estate. Did you walk up through there?
Yeah.
You did?
No, I didn't.
I think this could be.
Now that's what I thought it was.
Norma Jean Simmons. You saw Ray. You saw the house. Interesting to think that the Kennedys went in there really late at night. Joe DiMaggio was there. The balloon door which you wheeled out. Also interesting is at the crypt, Norma Jean Simmons, Marilyn Monroe. We never knew Norma Jean Simmons. We only knew Marilyn Monroe. You misfit. You dialed the guys. It was special. We miss you, Marilyn. It's actually
Okay, and I'm back. So I was trying my best to watch, and bear in mind, some of this may very well be my computer, not necessarily the gear. It's trying to figure out where one ends and the other begins. But I was noticing that the audio was kind of drifting off and then kicking back as I was going through that last bit, and I'm sure you saw me doing a good bit of fast forwarding for a bit there, just one, to see how it would handle it, and two, to try and get to a little bit of that graveyard footage that I was mentioning, just so you know that it actually exists. So yeah, that should be the worst of the tests. Again, as I mentioned, beta is, at least in my experience when I'm trying to do transfers, the least stable of the three major home video formats of the time. And I like Betamax. I'm not trying to dump on beta here. So anyway, we're going to be heading into a bit of a wait here. Of course, part of the deal was me trying to find footage that hopefully will fly okay with YouTube as I'm doing this. So I'm going to see if I can get away. I'm going to go over to VHS here, and it will take me a minute or two to set that up. Again, I don't have a switcher, but I picked this up on a thrifting episode some time ago. This is the 1957, I believe, German version of Snow White, but it has wraparounds from 1970, hosted by Chuck McCann, our old friend, the late Chuck McCann, who some of our more ardent viewers probably know, or ones that know their history of Los Angeles television and know their kiddie show host history, which is sparse on my end, but yeah. All right, so I'm going to go black again for a minute here. I'm going to kick over to VHS and we'll pick back up. Unfortunately, I have nothing to fill the time with, so yes, give me quite literally up to 2 minutes here.
Oh, hi, guys. Doing your Christmas shopping? Hey, I've got a story that's really terrific. It's about a handsome prince, beautiful princess, and an evil queen. It's fantastic. It'll just get you in the Christmas spirit. Would you like to come in? I have the fire going, and it's awfully cold out here, so, hey, there you are. Come on. Join us by the fire for the beautiful story of Snow White. Come on. Now we've got one of my favorite stories to tell. This is a story of Snow White. Now, Snow White had a stepmother who was pretty evil. She was also pretty ugly, but not half as ugly as when she turned into the Wicked Witch. Now, everybody knows the story of Snow White. It's my favorite. And our story starts a long time ago, way up high in this beautiful kingdom on top of this beautiful range of mountains. There was a beautiful young queen who was looking out of her window at the newly fallen snow. She cut her finger on one of the rose thorns, and as she looked at her drops of blood on the snow, she thought how wonderful it would be to have a daughter with skin as white as snow and lips as red as a rose.
All right, and I'm back again. Let that run a little longer than I intended. I was trying to get back before the wraparound ended. So I'm seeing kind of the same results here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in an EP mode tape. And I got two versions of one of my standbys, Phantom of the Opera here. I got the one with Rick Wakeman's soundtrack, and I got the Madison version. And I'm pretty sure the Wakeman soundtrack is in the Content ID system. But unfortunately, the Madison one has a needle drop classical score. Maybe I'll just unplug the audio for that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and fast forward to the Technicolor sequence, which is intact, believe it or not, on the Madison issue, and we'll see how well that gets navigated. So this will take a couple of minutes. All right, and I'm back. So I would say that it went about the same as the beta test. So, I mean, it's not ideal, and I kind of feared that, but it's the best I've had to date. So anyway, we're going to go through another couple of minutes here where it's just a black screen. I kind of wish I had a way of conveniently plugging in music or something. Yeah, it would take me too long to restart the playlist from before the show. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is, and I'm probably going to be fighting the copyright bots on this one too, but we're going to go over to Laserdisc for the final round of tests, and given the split-second black screen that I've been seeing, we'll see if it's my computer introducing that or something in line. But Laserdisc, of course, is a real nice, good, stable format. You don't need outboard gear to do a transfer of a Laserdisc. But anyway, I mentioned copyright because I think we'll do a little sneak preview tonight. And this is from this week, or less than a week ago, 1994. So there's stuff that I will have to kind of dance around on this. But yeah, we got to get our nostalgia fix, right? So again, it will be up to 2 minutes before I get this started. So yeah, let me get going.
Hope it still works.
What are you supposed to do?
We need to have an extensive knowledge on offensive and defensive football strategies.
Do they move?
They move.
Show them, Tim.
Thrilling.
Want some real excitement? Order ABC college football games on pay-per-view in addition to the game on your local ABC station. Check Friday's sports section of USA Today for games available in your area, or call your local cable company today.
Thought we were going to watch real football.
And God said, let there be an incredible rock and roll event. And the devil said, I give you the Rolling Stones on pay-per-view.
Budweiser and VH1, in association with Visa and Blockbuster Entertainment, present Who Do You Voodoo? The Rolling Stones live on pay-per-view. See the Stones with surprise guest stars and playing a segment unplugged. Who Do You Voodoo? The Rolling Stones live on pay-per-view, Friday, November 25th. Call your cable company now to order.
From deep in the heart of Texas comes the Survivor Series.
There's a hombre in a black hat.
Want some real excitement? Order ABC college football games on pay-per-view in addition to the game on your local ABC station. Check Friday's sports section of USA Today for games available in your area, or call your local cable company today.
I'm pretty sure it went in here.
It's high-flying, freestyle Mexican wrestling. IWC and AAA presents Lucha Libre. Good friends.
You look perfect. In fact, you probably are perfect.
Great lovers. Pero Aguayo vows to destroy former friend Conan in a steel cage match.
Football games on pay-per-view in addition to the game on your local ABC station. Check Friday's sports section of USA Today for games available in your area, or call your local cable company today.
He's regressing before our eyes.
The perfect wedding requires a competent priest.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Lesbian?
To the game.
Okay, that went exactly how I thought it would. I think I've kind of got this down at this point. So I guess for what it is for now, I'm going to keep using it because I think the problems are more on my computer's end and maybe to a lesser degree the crappy internet at times around here, the kind of pseudo Comcast that we have around these parts. So yeah, I suppose I should have grabbed one of those other sneak preview discs because I have much better ones. I was just looking at the date and I thought, oh, that, well, it was more or less this week. So anyway, taking into account 30 to 40 seconds delay, do you want to see one last bit of Laserdisc footage just for the hell of it? It's nothing special. I also dug out the NEC disc, if you remember the test and calibration Laserdisc episode. But yeah, if you want to see some of that, we'll get to see Brian Wilson try out for a job with some very shadowy conglomerate, very dystopian. Okay, I'm seeing whatever. So I'll take that as a yes here. All right, well, see if I can't do this while on my my leash. My microphone leash. So yeah, just for a lark, we'll do a bit of what I consider an archive classic. I don't think too many other people consider it. I'm actually kicking that around for Thanksgiving this year. Like if you've ever been burned by a greatest hits album, so to speak, but it's really more what the artist thinks their greatest hits are. So something along those lines. But let me fire this up and we'll just have a little watch here.
It was, well, some storm, wasn't it, huh? Yeah, I just wasn't sure you'd get it. Good, fine.
Been expecting you.
Yes, please. Have a seat. We are all very interested to hear what you have to say.
Our research indicates that your products could indeed be superior, but
we want to hear from you.
Please, Mr. Wilson, have a seat.
Here.
Yes, that would be fine.
Please, Mr. Wilson, have a seat.
Make yourself comfortable.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
As you are aware, we at Mighty Guy Hi-Fi are interested in developing a new PGU for our retail outlets worldwide.
I'm sorry, PGU? I'm not certain that I'm familiar with that term.
It's a profit-generating unit, Mr. Wilson.
That's correct, Mr. Wilson. A PGU. And we feel strongly that home theater components have developed enough technological advances to be worthy of our consideration.
But, Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
There remains confusion between us.
Well, it's the technical design.
We want to be confident that we make the correct purchasing decision.
You must understand, Mr. Wilson, we are interested in stocking one manufacturer's complete home theater line.
Yes, Mr. Wilson. We are interested in not only the vendor with the most technologically advanced home theater components,
such as big screen televisions and Dolby Prologic surround sound systems,
digital SVHS VCRs, and Laserdisc players.
I see. All right, well, how may I help? I mean, is there a particular area of concern?
Yes, Mr. Wilson, there is. On the surface, all large-screen televisions appear the same to us, and all manufacturers profess to have the superior design.
We need to fully understand, Mr. Wilson. Why is it that you feel your company produces a superior product?
Yes, and demonstrate for us, if you would, please, the design and engineering behind your big screen television systems.
It would be my pleasure. This will take just a moment. This is the visual aid for my presentation. Power up. There. Now it's ready. Because of its nature, you should be able to see it quite well, so shall I begin?
Please proceed.
Very well. 32-inch picture tube. This is a cross-section of our 32-inch picture tube. Now, to reproduce images in color, a 3-beam inline electron gun fires through a 7-element optical focusing system and an INVAR slotted shadow mask illuminating red, green, and blue phosphors on the inside surface of the tube in proper percentage necessary to reproduce the entire color spectrum.
A 7-element optical focusing system?
INVAR slotted shadow mask?
Interesting. Please elaborate.
My pleasure. Now, after the electron beams leave the gun, they are focused by 7 optical lenses, which are designed to maintain precise focusing across the entire tube surface. Now, here you can see all the electron beams passing through a shadow mask, which ensures that they strike the proper phosphor.
INVAR. Interesting word, Mr. Wilson. How is it unique?
Well, unlike other manufacturers who use a standard solid iron shadow mask, our INVAR slotted shadow mask is a compound composed of 36% nickel and 64% iron.
And how does this exotic compound improve the visual performance?
Well, it has very low thermal characteristics and is resistant to heat-associated problems such as doming and discoloration.
With the advent and acceptance of new technologies, such as hi-fi VCRs and Laserdiscs, and the emergence of the home videotape rental industry, movies that could previously be viewed only at the theater can now be enjoyed in the home. When movies are transferred from film to VHS hi-fi and Laserdiscs, the Dolby stereo information is automatically encoded into the soundtrack. This extra sound information can only be extracted by a Dolby Pro Logic decoder. The standard 2-channel home audio system alone is not capable of reproducing this extra information. This is because in real life, sounds are 3-dimensional. Sonic events simply do not happen directly in front of us all the time. They develop from everywhere, all around us. Typical stereo reproduction, although adequate for the standard audio programs, is not able to fully recreate the sonic experiences of the cinema. There are several critical elements missing. To transform the standard home audio system into a home theater only requires a few additional components: a Dolby Pro Logic decoder, speakers for center and surround channels, as well as the necessary amplification. With these additional ingredients in place, the theater experience can accurately be reproduced in the home. NEC Technologies was the first electronics manufacturer granted a production license from Dolby Laboratories to produce Pro Logic decoders. This time-tested sound reproduction produces accurate sound localization within the entire listening area. However, if there is no Dolby surround encoding within the soundtrack, or if the viewer happens to be watching television or listening to music, NEC surround processors also include an additional effects generator called Creation Surround. This special processor utilizes the rear surround speakers already in place to provide even further system flexibility. Creation Sound can create acoustic listening environments and allow for a variety of speaker placements. With Creation Surround, you can adjust the acoustic length of the room by varying the digital delay between the front and rear channels. The rear speakers can be delayed from 1 to 92 milliseconds in as little as 1/10 of a millisecond step. The acoustic height of the room can also be controlled using a variable echo control. And the acoustic width or shape of the room can be changed by independently inverting the phase of the left and right channels and varying the effect. Not only can Creation Surround simulate any combination of acoustic listening environments, but it can also compensate for a variety of different speaker placements. The majority of listening areas are seldom perfectly square, making it aesthetically undesirable to place speakers in the proper acoustic positions. NEC engineers are conscious of this problem and have designed the surround sound processors so that the delay times of the left and right rear channels can be adjusted independently.
Okay, I think I've more than made my point there and probably opened myself up to a content ID match or 10. Can you tell it's been a while since I popped that disc in? I was kind of getting myself reacquainted with it. I could have sworn there was a speaker test on there. But we have tested some stereo stuff. I think anybody listening with headphones has probably noticed some stuff kind of being discrete, as it were, you know, kind of off to the left, off to the right, especially during that bit of the NEC sketch, if you will, where the disembodied voices are having at it. So I'll call that a semi-success. I think it's my computer that's not playing super nice here. Because I've done a few, as I said, in-house, quote-unquote, tests with this, and I haven't had, like, the split-second black screen issue. I haven't had any other problems. It's only been as I've been testing this out live that it's been a problem. I was noticing some audio lag during the long NEC sketch, especially where he was in the car. Feel free to chime in, but I was noticing a solid second or two between the guy's lips moving and hearing what he was saying. So, yeah, I'll call that kind of a half success. So I suppose it would be better if I did this on my desktop, but like I said, I just don't have the room to move around, and I don't keep any of my analog formats in the bedroom, again, just because there's no room. The only thing I keep in there is a Blu-ray player. I don't have a VHS deck in the bedroom or any of that. So with that, I promised earlier that I would open up the floor a little while to some Ask the Archive stuff. I have no idea what to point at. Part of me wants to just throw on a more public domain footage and take questions over that, but I'll let that be dictated by our handful of viewers here. So yeah, go ahead and start firing away whatever you want to know about your love life, astrology, financial advice, or just archive junk. I'm still here. I'm just waiting for everyone to catch up. Get a mini desktop PC, Ben. They have gotten fairly cheap, and an AMD APU is fairly powerful these days. I don't know where I'd put it. I've been running more and more on laptops, partially for spatial reasons. Some more of the Snow White tape. I really have no idea if that's under copyright or not. Let's see. Brian Hebert. Hey, Benny Boy, which Culture Club album are you most familiar with? None of them. I have never heard any of their albums from end to end. I've heard the hits. RWDPLZ1, Rude Please, I'll just call it just for brevity. How are contract negotiations going with Sergey and a new season of KLAK? Well, KLAK is in season all the time, as it were. Sergey, I promised I'd start throwing in the occasional Snickers bar. Rick K. Ben, any videos you would want to redo, given what you've learned over hosting the show? Probably, although it would be more ones that have just gone outdated. But I haven't gotten to the point where I'm really ready to just start remaking old videos. That just feels like a sign of the steam finally truly running out. Jesse Coffee, what's my favorite archive thrifting video? None of them really stand out all that much to me. So they all kind of feel about the same. I'm sure that I think the interesting ones are going to be based on whatever the viewer finds interesting, you know, whatever I happen to find in there, whatever, if it's more tech driven or music driven. Old radios. Ben, been using the Quasar Great Time Machine lately. No, I have not used it because I haven't gotten any more tapes. Now, I have been talking to Rick Klein, the proprietor of Fuzzy Memories, who I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with on YouTube. And his machine is in much better condition than mine, and it sounds like he's going to send me his, and I'm going to start, as my schedule allows, doing the Great Time Machine transfers for Fuzzy Memories. So I will not be posting it to Archive Annex. I'll be sending it back to Rick, and he will post it to Fuzzy Memories. Let's see here. Eric O'Reilly, will I ever review the Touchy album? The one thing that I haven't covered, I think, in my opening sequence. I'm still kind of considering that a final episode sort of thing, whenever that day comes, or at the very least an end of season thing. But every year, for the end of the season, I've always had some other long-term project that I've wanted to do, like Great Time Machine. Let's see here. Let's see, I can't really answer the Ed Beatty question because I don't have the context for it. I don't know what we're referring to with British television. Let's see here. Liam Piper, another British TV question. How familiar are you with 1970s British television? Faulty Towers and Some Mothers Do Have 'Em and Monty Python, and that's about it. Mike, I was disappointed that there was no Mary Lou Henner singing I Will Survive. Yes, it was that song. Yeah, well, I don't want to run it every time. Let's see here. Brian Hebert, what syndicated shows does KLAK run? Public domain stuff. Stuff that's been around forever. Otherwise, I have things I'd like to put into syndication, like the Benny Stringer Show. Let's see here. Gator Girl, how much of your album did you do yourself, and how much did other people help you? My friend Nick Bertling did drum duties throughout. The sax on Weather Station, which I used to lead into this live stream, was a hired gun, and one song has a piano player on it. But otherwise, it's me handling everything. So at its simplest, me doing guitars, keyboards, and bass, and auxiliary percussion. I hope that is answering the right question. Old radios, any coverage on personalized records, VHS tapes, or mall kiosk tapes? I'd like to do mall kiosk tapes, but the ones I've got involve things like major hit songs in them, so that would be kind of a problem. And I don't want to do an episode knowing it's going to be relegated to archive.org or something that just will not get much of an audience. I already have enough of a hard time getting an audience. Let's see here. Derek Roberts, did I ever buy one of those Peter Pan records of the 70s? I've covered some on Archive. I assume you mean the label. Let's see here. Liam Piper, is there anything that you like to review that you can't get because they were only released overseas or they are too expensive on eBay? On the Laserdisc front, I'd like to properly do Laser Active, but I'm not dropping... I don't have a few $1,000s to drop on it. And even if I did, it would be going to much more important things. Grayman Media, so there's no KLAK channel on YouTube. Just not enough hours in the day. Otherwise, it looks like it's a pretty quiet comment section tonight. So maybe I'll just start to wrap things up here. But yeah, I think I did what I set out to do. I've been doing this for an hour and 40 minutes now, it looks like. So otherwise, yeah, unless I see anything pop up here, I'm going to go ahead and shut things down for tonight. And thanks everybody for sitting in. Yeah, there was no way I could test this stuff out, unfortunately, without making this a live thing. So yeah, it's looking pretty quiet. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. This will be back posted for anybody that missed it or whatever happened. Hopefully I won't have to cut it up too much or mute it too badly, because I'll almost guarantee this thing got a few Content ID matches. So I'll see you soon.